Welcome everybody to another episode of Gary Responds. I got water, popcorn. Bitch is a movie. Can't go to the theaters for real anyway, so this is like the closest we can get while we talk to our people. And I'm back inside at the green screen because your boy was in them streets skating. But I will be back next week on the ramp, getting down. Go to SKATELINE, comment a tree. All right? Lucas Benningcourt says, I can't see the flip end, just the 5.0, still rad though. Since your boy Lucas started smoking weed in 7th grade, the 5.0 truck was flipped over, for anybody that didn't get that. I don't know why I even responded to that. I just knew that there was gonna be that one person, and I just wanted to have it explain it to him, how crazy you feel when you're like, oh. A Walker 492 says, RIP Layla Johnson, Boo Johnson's sister. Real talk. To Boo, who is one of the nicest people of all time. It's just super unfortunate that that happened to him, man. And skateboarding is with somebody like Boo, who literally just wants to be as positive as he can be. And that's the truth. So big love to Boo and his family. Good energy towards him. All the good energy I can conjure towards him and his dad and his brothers and everybody in his family, period. Shout out to the whole Boo Johnson family tree. Sorry about that, man. Charlie says, I don't care what anyone says about Tony Hawk. Dude was laughing his ass off on the way to the bank while eating pizza bagels. Besides, 80s and early 90s was a confusing / goofy time. We know that. That's why we make fun of him and Nyjah Houston. They're both laughing to the bank because it's funny for them to have to look at the things they did while they were on the way to the bank. Because they're like, oh shit, fuck, people found that. That's all we want to give them. They're still successful and they're still great names in skateboarding. Tony Hawk is like, you know, he's a powerhouse. When you think of the skateboard outside of skateboarding, you think of him. He pretty much has us on his back for the world while he doesn't street skate. It's still funny. Like, I can still mention it. Like, I'm not serious, like trying to be like, let's get Tony Hawk to feel bad. Like, that nigga doesn't care. It's 19, whatever. It was like a fucking VHS dad cam police tape. LLI says, that Vincent dude did front blunt Hollywood 16 when he was 16 years old, then dropped off, reappears with a dope part and a completely different dress style. Dude's a boss. You realize skateboarding is an industry. And I feel like Vincent realized that. Like, Vincent Nava at 16 was just another good skateboarding in Los Angeles. There's tons of those. And now he's like into music, and it's just like he picked up a whole new himself. And you'll remember that. And that's how skateboarding works, bro. If you give, that's like the people with a nickname. If you give kids something to remember, bro, you thrive in skateboarding. Like a Lizard King. Doesn't even have a clip. But if you saw him tomorrow at a demo, you'd be hyped because you remember his name and what he's done. Like, this game hasn't filmed nothing in like a little bit, but he gave himself a thing. Like, it's the standout shit, you know? Vincent's trying to do that while being incredible. Because, nigga, if you do a little research, you'd be a powerhouse. Because Front Blood Down Hollywood 16 is also an ABD. King Kevin says, one day I will make it onto an episode. Any suggestions? What I want to see, the trick I want to see in skateboarding, I want to see a backsmith frontside flip done at like Mach speed. So if you can bring me one of those, King Kevin, automatic on the episode of SKATELINE. Backsmith frontside flip, but like flying fast. JayZ says prison in Brazil will age a motherfucker. Yes, it will. Apparently it did. Also, a lot of people that were talking about the Adelmo joke, we knew what happened to Adelmo. He's free now. He's skating again. He's with his friends. And what everybody has to realize is we're in like a really sensitive time and we don't do apologies here. All y'all gotta know is that we're never gonna be sorry. We're gonna always have, there's a lot of people that are laughing at it. Some people like, oh, you went through all this stuff. Why would you say that? We acknowledge that, bro. Adelmo looked like happy. His style's still there and everything like that. So just think of not his anguish, like think of his, you know, celebrate with him. That's how you gotta look at certain things, you know? He didn't lose his leg. He still has both his legs. He had a smile on his face. So that's how you gotta think of stuff. I just wish they would have never kept bro dreads so they could have weighed 330,000 pounds. Nexus 6 says the coronavirus cannot stop skating. No, it cannot. But what I do want everybody to realize is that coronavirus did kill 112,000 motherfuckers. And though there's protests and all this other powerful stuff going on, and I'm not telling you to sit here in fear, because my mom told me something, it's just like a good conversation about herd immunity. You can only gain the strength to fight off something together. Being apart doesn't build your immune system for what can happen. So I'm not telling you to start hugging and high five and act like it's completely normal. Just take that caution with still washing your hands and just being careful, because we needed to do that stuff anyway that we realized we weren't doing, sanitizing ourselves, just being cleaner for the human environment. But I think being away from each other is crazy, but like the crowds and we just gotta be careful because it was real. You saw Italy, we can't act like it didn't. There's a lot of people like, oh, they made that up. It's like, no, that's just how your mind works. Like the attention span's like, what's here today, it's gone tomorrow. This is the biggest thing for when everyone's like, we're not going nowhere. Now he was like, we're going back outside, we're fine, bro, okay? Y'all saw what happened to Italy. Just be careful at this point, you know? And when you see me and I give you dap like this, I'm not trying to cheat you like I think you dirty, nigga. I'm looking out for you, because I don't know where I've been. I pump gas still without gloves on sometimes. I gotta take care of you. So just dap me up when you see your boy. You feel me? Joe Williams says, why does Gary never mention the Hellas vids? Nigga, because those vids that just came out, the last couple Hellas vids, were the spots that they went when they went to here, here, and here for that full length they had. So we already talked about the big main Hellas vids. These are all like rough cuts and just, not like I'm hating on Hellas. I think Hellas is tight. They got a dope team of French niggas and I love them all. Alexis Raballo says, my son Knox spoke the truth and questioned we should start checking our uneducated peers. Yes, he did. Another thing that I heard Knox was trying to say is always think for yourself and do for yourself. Don't sit there and just try to coattail like, oh, you're the leader of this. And you know, it's like, bro, you should have knew this already. There's no way you're uneducated. Like, he don't play that whole like, oh, he was brave and he was strong. I know him personally. He don't do that. That's why it's like, you don't sit there and back that. You like literally just like, if you got a homie that you feel stepping out of line, let him know. And that's all we gonna say about that. Harry Melrose says, for a sec, I thought there wasn't gonna be a skate line this week because of the turmoil across America. But you know what? The only thing that I saw at the march besides signs were skateboards. We the future, fight the power, bring the rage back against the machine. That was beautiful. Tearjerker. Bro, yeah, we're not gonna stop. It's just times are too crazy to not. Like, why would we not do skate? Why would we silence ourselves and not still have our fun? And everything is still happening around us and we care about it in our actual daily lives. But let's not stop the thing that we're showcasing skateboarding. We love skateboarding. We're not gonna say like, we can't pause. You don't want to pause what's happening. There's a lot of people that are just like stopping. It's like, stop, say what you got to say. Like, it was crazy 2 weeks ago, we were talking about the kids in the parking garage. And even on Gary Response, we're talking about how the police need to realize they're a service. And then you see a couple days later, they're doing that thing where they're trying to invoke fear all over again. We've been speaking that narrative and that message to you guys through this, you know what I'm saying, vicariously, like, joke or not, you see that we not we not gonna run away from nothing here. So definitely not gonna be silenced by any degree. And it's, if you can laugh at Skateline and there's all this other serious stuff, it's like, if you could take this 3 minutes and 30 seconds to enjoy skateboarding for a little bit and then tune back into the world, we want to offer you that too, because we're not ignoring that shit, bro. That shit is life right now. It's no way we can get around it. But I always like to shed light. Like, I've been having a smile on all week because the world is turning into something beautiful, bro. It's just crazy. Everybody is happy to stand together while they're like kind of sad, getting shot by rubber bullets and shit. It's so nice to see this right now. This shit is dope. Now y'all skateboard niggas need to be out these fucking security cameras doing y'all shit, man. I see y'all doing nothing at all. They said face masks. Nigga, I'm noticing niggas out here. SNDTY says, if you riot, don't forget your tampons. Only women get that emotional. Lame clip, lame host. Shout out me. Shout out you. Shout out the people that made tampons. Shout out niggas that riot. And also, let's wrap this episode of Gary Response and give that hating ass nigga 2 lame hoes. Ooh, you see this? It's that lame dude twice. Peace, son. I'm out. I got popcorn. I ain't worried about you, nigga.